The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki. Here I am. Welcome to the show. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Happy first day of the week for our show, everyone. It's Tuesday. It's not Tuesday to us. It's Monday night. Not going to lie to you guys. Originally thought I had a really busy day on Tuesday shooting Perfect Strangers 2. You guys know all about that. But we just got a text that I'm not due on set until like 2:15 or something crazy like that. So I'll get to sleep in a little bit, which I really need after today because, let's be honest, I only got 17 hours.
Whoa.
I repeat, 17 hours of sleep. We got back from a
Is that a coma? At what point is it a coma?
It's
You know what I mean? Like, at
I'm
some
not
point
joking
it's got
you.
to be a coma.
I was walking to the car today after I didn't even set my alarm because I thought there's no way after going to bed at 6 p.m. I'm going to sleep until 12 noon when I have to be out picking up you guys. But I did, and I woke up to a call from you being like, hey, aren't you getting us? And I was like, and then you said, we'll come get you. And so when I went out to go
I
meet
love
you
your
guys,
voice, too, by when I call you and you're
What did I
definitely
do?
sleep through something. You go, I'm sorry. Like, it just sounds like I woke you up at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
You know? Like,
it was
like, you're like,
12
are the
noon.
kids alive?
Yeah.
You know? You're like,
coma.
coma.
Chameleon. So I remember this morning I walked out and I felt, sometimes you sleep so much that you are more used to being dreaming than you are awake. And I thought I had to do my test to see if my finger went through my hand to see if I was in a dream or not, which I do. Last night was my first successful lucid dream, where I put my finger through my hand. I tested in the dream, am I dreaming? Put my finger through my hand. It went through my hand. I knew in the dream I was dreaming, and then I decided to go flying, and I went flying.
Oh.
And I kept having to do it because sometimes it wouldn't go through my
Airplane
hand.
fly or human fly?
Human flying.
How's that?
It was
you use
awesome.
your arms or you just levitate?
I was almost like swimming, like kind of riding a wave. Like you
Okay.
kind of just let it take you and you go shoo. And I flew all over the goddamn place. It was so fun. And it was something I've been like trying to do for a really long time.
Were you able to land, I'm wondering? Because sometimes it's hard to land.
I closed my eyes at one point to just like feel the wind and see that if I could just do it like and not think about it. And I brushed up into the grass at one point. I hit the water at one point. So I kept like falling, and then I would have to redo my hand to make sure I was dreaming, to be like, no, in a lucid dream, you're supposed to be able to do whatever the fuck you want. And I don't want to land. So I
Gotcha.
kept redoing it. It was very interesting, but I'm so excited to go to sleep tonight. But it reminded me this morning when I was like, am I still in a dream of when I used to smoke so much weed? I would start to feel high when I wasn't high because it was actually I was spending more of my time high than I was not high, so that being not high felt like the special thing. That was
Yeah.
like, whoa. So today when I was awake, it was the thing I do less of nowadays, and it felt like I was dreaming, if that makes any sense.
No, it does.
I don't know how I did it. I mean, I don't know. I am not. Everyone goes, you needed it. Girl, I did not. I have not been sleep deprived lately. I have not been going on like 3 hours of sleep. I've had a really normal sleep schedule, and I couldn't get it. Today I think I was depressed. I was definitely depressed today. I'm coming out of it a little bit, but yeah, I think that when I'm awake, it means that I'll have to do things, that I'm letting people down constantly by not returning emails or looking at my special to send in the last edits, and I don't want to do it. And if I'm awake, it just is the guilt of having to do it. And if I'm asleep, I don't have guilt.
Why don't you just send the emails in a dream? You know?
Yeah, lucid,
lucid
dream
emails.
that I'm reviewing my special and giving notes on it. That would be nice. That sucks when you wake up. Like, did you ever wake up for school and start getting ready? And then that would happen to me all the time. I would get up, I would start packing for school, and I would eat breakfast. And I
Like
would do
on
all
a
the
Saturday or something?
No, just like when my mom would be like, Nikki, it's time to get up. And then I would go, yeah, just a little bit. And I'd go back to sleep. And then I would dream that I was getting up and doing all of that stuff. And then I would wake up and I'd be like, oh my God, I have to go do it all over again.
I have this thing where when I wake up, I want my brain to be extremely active and like ready to go for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with like older age, like I'm like, why am I not? awake yet. But when you're younger and in high school, I remember waking up because I have to wake up at 6 a.m. I would be like a zombie until around 8:30, but you're still awake. But you're not questioning that you're a zombie. Does that make sense?
I've never felt like, why am I not more awake after I wake up? What is that, I wonder?
I don't know. I just want my brain to feel like right and like I just don't want to feel like I'm in a fog. Maybe I'm like afraid of it.
Right.
Because I've had that happen a lot. Like where I just feel like because of my anxiety and shit, I can't like function as well as I want because my brain is trying
Is
to
it depression
kill me.
though? Like, do you feel sad foggy, or do you just feel like you just can't like do math or Wordle foggy?
I was sad like a couple days ago. I don't even know why. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely depressed at times, but
I just
usually
get scared
it's like
that
anxiousness. It's usually anxious more than like I'm too anxious to even be sad, if that makes sense. Like I'm like too like to like.
And then when you're anxious, what are you fearing?
Well, I haven't had a full panic attack in a long time. I'm getting off Zoloft, which I was nervous about doing. I just feel like Zoloft, it did its thing. Like I was on it for what, 2 years, 2.5 years. Now I'm on Wellbutrin, so I was doing a combination of both, and I feel like Zoloft put me a little bit, it numbed me out, where like, certain things will happen in my life, and I'll just kind of be like, oh man, like
you're not getting excited about stuff, but you're also not getting super sad.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling
you're
feelings.
Not emotional, about
and
things.
I kind of miss that,
Yeah.
even though I don't even know if I felt them before. So
I know. It is hard to see. It's so subtle what those drugs do to you that you don't really know, like until you'll find out when you get off it.
Well, you've gotten off it before. You've never experienced like the brain zaps or anything like that. Like
I never
any
noticed
side effects.
I just didn't want to kill myself as much when I was on them. Yeah. Like, but I can't describe like on a day to day how it changed my life. I was still like struggling with like I'm on stuff now, and I'm just.
But what made you get off Zoloft like initially? Like
because I was fine and I don't need it anymore because it's fine. I'm fine, and the
But
reason
are we
I'm fine
fine
is because I'm on Zoloft. Yeah, I mean that's what everyone does all the time, dude.
I know.
You're like, I don't need this. I'm great, and it's like because you're on Zoloft, you dumb. But that takes a while to. But I mean, I still fall prey to that kind of thinking a lot of times of like, oh, It's like when you work out a lot and eat healthy and you're like, I look great, I've got this. And you're like, I can let myself go. And it's like, no, you look great because you were doing the things that were right. It's not a sign that you're just good now. Like, there's a reason for those things. And it's because you were doing making healthy choices. This morning though, I was just so like, I get worried in the morning when I'm like, this morning I woke up really depressed and was like, the feeling I get of dread is that I'm going to have to fake like I'm happy. And it's just going to be like running a marathon when it's running a marathon pretty much. When I have to pretend like make jokes and like maybe talk to one of the network executives and they come in the room and I just want to sit in the makeup chair and just talk about how sad I am. And I just have to be like, I'm excited. Like, that's the shit. That's what I'm asking when you go, what do you like if you're anxious, are you dreading something?
Oh.
And I'm filled with dread of having to be fake.
Sometimes, if I'm going to be completely honest, I get anxious when you're in a bad mood. Because like the other day, like when we're doing writing stuff, like I know when I'm like pitching jokes, when you're not feeling your best self, it doesn't feel good pitching because you're not getting rewarded the way you want.
I don't see anything. Nothing can be good. Literally, like I was saying, like when you're depressed, there's nothing that will be like a positive thing.
I know. So as someone though that has to pitch to that person, it's like
I get
so
it.
Like
I'm sorry.
No, but I'm not coming at you.
Sorry.
I'm not trying to be like
it sucks.
Again, I think it's been great working with you, and I think like I'm not just saying that, but the jokes like. We've come up with really funny shit this season on Perfect Strangers.
Yes, too.
And it's been very open. And I think your days of like depression are very few and far between, comparatively speaking.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know. So I maybe there's a way where we could go, obviously I'm not doing well. Like you're like, I'm not doing that well today.
I mean, I try to say that often.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I didn't the other day before we started pitching out on jokes.
It's fine though. Like it is what it is. Like I don't get like, I don't get emotional about it. I just understand it. And I get it and I empathize with it because if I had to
have to tiptoe around someone's fucking mood. That's what I hate the most about it is like when I'm depressed, I just want to stay in all day. I don't want to be around people because
Makes
I
sense.
know that I know that feeling too of someone being in a bad mood and you having to like tiptoe around it. It fucking sucks. And I don't want to inflict that on other people. And sometimes you just have to show up at work and then the things. And honestly, when I'm depressed, it's wild. Like you could be like, what about puppy dogs? I'd be like, they're stupid.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They're all going to get old and die. Like literally give me anything. You could give me literally Taylor Swift music.
shots fired.
Like I will find there's nothing you can say that will make me think it's actually going to be okay. Nothing. And it's just it's like a brain. It's like a filter on your brain that you just cannot let in any good and nothing seems positive. There's no point to anything. I was really having that day today. And it sucks because...
But with your job, you can't hide. It's not... I mean, I know we can't... Obviously, people probably know what you're doing. I mean, they see...
A lot of people don't, to be honest
maybe
with you.
not.
The other night I was on Instagram Live with our besties and people were like, "What? Can you tell us anything?" And I'm like, come on.
Well, people thought your reality show in St. Louis was Perfect Strangers, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't blame them for not knowing. It's very cryptic. But I'm in a tropical location shooting a show that may or may not have... And we're shooting Perfect Strangers 2.
But imagine being depressed. Imagine at home, you're depressed, and your job is to put on... And you're a woman, or even a guy, and you got to put on tight clothes. You got to put on 3 hours of makeup, and you have to pretend to... be the happiest person on earth. Yeah,
and
it's
interested in things that might not
sucks.
be the most fascinating to you in that moment. Yeah, but that's the other thing is like things couldn't be greater for me right now, and I feel.
But if you were
it's
like,
almost like you want something bad to happen to justify how sad you are, and like nothing is bad right now for me. And I almost, the other day I had a talk with someone who. Is a part of my team about a project I could work on that would like take my life to the next level in terms of fame and money and success and all that stuff. And it sounds like the greatest opportunity. And there's just so much, like, if I would have had to do that job today, I don't think I would have been able to. I mean, I would have done it, but I want to be excited about doing things. And I'm just so scared about running into these days where I just can't find any happiness or any reason to live. And literally the only reason I'm showing up and doing it is because I don't want to let other people down, which I think a lot of people do on a day-to-day is like they get out of bed for their kids or their dog or they got to go to work because their kids won't be able to eat. Like you do live for other people, but I don't like to do I don't want to do that. And I'm so scared of having kids or I guess I think about having kids a lot or just a show where it's the big leagues. Like this is your chance to have this show that you could have the rest of your life.
Yeah.
If you fuck it up, it's done. It's like, am I in the right space to do that? But I also was talking to you about it. Like, I'm also very scared of getting any more known because I just don't think I can take people hating me. And the more known you get, the more people hate you, and I just can't take it. I can't
Especially
handle it.
Especially if you're opinionated. It's just like, it's bound to happen.
We were talking about like, you can be a famous actress and just do roles and people can like say they don't like you, but they don't really know you.
I have no idea what the McCarthy woman, I don't know one of her beliefs or anything about her. You know what I mean? I don't know what Cameron Diaz ever thought about fucking, anything.
Some actresses do come out and speak and then we hate them all. But like the other day I was just looking... Like Aubrey Plaza the other day, there was some blind item about her not being that nice. Don't know if it's true. Don't know anything about it. There was just some story that she's not fun to work with. Someone wrote that. And I read all the comments thinking, oh, they're going to fucking latch onto this like, just what's it called when there's blood in the water and all the sharks come? I don't know. I just thought of like, that's what people in Demois, which I talked about before, these celebrity fanatics, they love a fault, someone being a cunt, and they get to tear apart a woman being a bad person. They fucking love it.
Isn't that her whole character?
But I swear to God, they were all like, I don't believe it. Not
Yeah.
her. There's certain women that just get a pass in this business because they're cool and everyone just deems them like they're cool. I could make a list right now, but I don't want to because it shows how insecure I am. But I'm never, even though like I've made it, you know, like as much as it is I've wanted to, and I've always wanted to do the stuff I'm doing, I will never be really cool. Like cool in the sense that the guys like you, the girls like you, everyone agrees you're cool. And there are just some female celebrities that get that pass. And I never will. I already haven't. There's people that really hate me.
I mean, I feel this 1,000,000%.
It's just it, and I just don't want it to. I know that more people will love me if it gets bigger, but I don't even want to get any bigger than this. I don't want to get more famous. I really don't. But I do want more money so that I can survive the apocalypse and protect my family and help my family if they get sick and stuff and have money for that. And but I don't want to get any more famous because I don't want to have any. I don't want to have to read. I can't go on Twitter anymore. I used to be able to go on Twitter and read my ads, and now I can't anymore because there are people that hate me just as much as I hate myself that day, saying exactly the thing that I am thinking about myself, and it's just.
Yeah.
So you just have to live in a bubble where you close yourself off to stuff, or you get strong enough to not let it affect you. Well, guess what? That day's not coming, and so I just don't even want. I'm scared about my HBO special coming out. I'm scared about this reality show coming out because I just don't want to read people's opinion about me ever, good or bad. I don't want anyone to have any opinions about me anymore, and it just sucks because this is the way I'm feeling today, feeling a little bit depressed, but it just that's what I signed up for.
Do you feel like, how do I put, like, the idea of cool or whatever, like, do you feel like if you put out a scripted series, right, that was, like, dark comedy that
I don't want to be cool, to be honest, because the cool girls are bullies, and everyone's scared of them. And I'm not saying Aubrey Plaza is this. I'm just saying that the girls are bullies, and they're mean, and that's why everyone's nice to them, because they know they're so mean, and they'll get torn to shreds if you go after them. And people know that I'm probably, like... The reason people are mean to me is because I'm nice and I'm sincere and I'm not this fake mean person but all the girls that are like the cool girls that all the cool guys like and who get a pass no matter what they do are mean and they're bullies.
But do you think though there's a certain kind of content? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but then I'll make that show
like
and then I'll make another show and everyone will hate me. Or they'll go, no, wait, she's not cool. Remember when she did this thing?
Yeah.
She's actually not cool. And I don't want to be cool. I'm just like, I hate the hypocrisy of everyone on Demois loving when it comes out that someone's a cunt. And I kind of love it too because I'm like, good, their true colors are shown. And then at the second it's someone that they go, no, I want to like her. They go, no, it's not true. It's like, no, I'm not saying this has nothing to do with Aubrey Plaza. It just was an interesting thing to me that I thought, oh my God, they're all going to hate Aubrey Plaza now, whether or not she should be hated based on whether or not this is true and whether or not you should even hate someone for being a cunt on set. Who cares? Like,
I mean, the funny part is I couldn't spell Demois, which just shows like,
well, you could if you
but I'm just saying,
wrote about you. You would just call it Dux Moy.
Ole.
You would call it Dukes Moy.
Call it Circus
Now do you know what it is? It's DEUXMOI.
Point being is like...
Point being?
We all think everything's so fucking important. Yeah, everything's a small percentage of like... No one knows... There's 99% of people might not know who Aubrey Plaza... You know what I mean? Or like...
Yeah.
Like, none of this...
No one knows who I am. I'm like... And we're going to be forgotten in 3 generations.
Yeah, that's what I read recently.
Yeah.
3 generations. Okay, let's name our great-grandparents' name. You
name
go first.
One of your great-grandparents' names.
Noah, can you name your great-grandparents?
My great-grandparents?
Their first name?
You're not alone. Don't feel bad.
No one can.
Can you name one?
No.
I can name one, Eugenius, but that's because my dad burned it into my head.
Oh.
But I don't know what he did or what he looked like or what anything else about him. And my dad would be so sad for me to say that. But what that tells you is you have 8 great-grandparents, and if you can't name one of them, then no one's going to be able to name you in 3 generations. Not that far.
Actually,
and if you can name a great-grandparent, that means you got a lot of teen pregnancies in your family. and you probably knew them.
Oh, that they were young. They
Yeah.
were young enough.
You know,
Yeah, I threw my baseball with my great grandparent. How old was he?
whenever they have
26?
those ones that's like
Yeah.
5 generations in one TikTok, and it's like mom, and then it's like mom, and they all come in. I'm just like, these are just teen pregnancies. Why are we
These
celebrating
are
this?
5 mistakes.
All right, let's take a break and come back with more. Andrew.
Coming.
All right, we're back. Let's get to the news. Andrew?
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're having all the swells out there. It is Tuesday. You know what that means. It is Tuesday. Sure, we talked a lot about depression in the first part of this podcast. This part might be even more depressed. So let's
We saw
go.
some whales yesterday.
I didn't
Whale
see them
sharks.
because I swam
they weren't
too
whales,
slow.
sorry. They were sharks. They're fish.
The
Whale
only
sharks.
whale I saw was in the mirror afterwards. Come on. No, but really, I didn't get to see him because I didn't swim fast enough. But I did
They
jump
were
in.
so fast.
I did jump in.
You did jump in. You tried. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. We were all kind of like not feeling it.
The drive was more intense.
I gotta say, the guy getting eaten by the shark in Sydney.
It's done a lot to my brain, I think.
It's done a lot to mine as well. And I saw the unblurred video.
Yeah, on the way there.
On the way there, I passed around the
No.
car. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Really sending a lot of warm wishes to anyone who witnessed that or has, was that guy. What was his name again? Simon.
Adi.
Simon.
6'5".
Any of his
Nellist
friends, like
or
any,
something?
yeah, Nellist. It's grim. And I didn't Google if great whites were in the Baja Peninsula area.
did.
But I Googled it afterwards, and they were nowhere near where we were, thank God.
People
but
move.
as soon as I dove in, I was thinking about all I could think about it was if a great white hit me, I just want to see it coming. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. I just want him to get me on my ass.
Oh, you don't want to see it coming?
Nah, just get my ass.
No, Noah, would you want to see it coming, or would you want it to just come out of nowhere?
You know what? I don't like surprises, so I'd probably want to see it coming.
Like I'm always scared of car accidents because I don't want it to happen just out of nowhere, like to get T-boned where you
Yeah.
don't see it. That's why I don't like sleeping in cars because I don't want to wake up to just like, I'm dying. I want to just go like, when I was hit by a car in Manhattan, I thought I was going to die and I go, no. Like at least I got to think, my life got to flash before my eyes. I want to
Yep.
see it. And I know that's worse to brace for a car accident
Yeah.
than to just have it hit you willy-nilly, but I don't like what I don't know. That's very interesting to me that you would rather just have a shark come bite you out of the murky waters out of nowhere. Because sometimes when I'm flying in a plane, I go, I could die right now. Now, like if we hit an aircraft, let's say.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm just going, it would happen now. Like it could happen any second. It's just, there's not gonna be a warning if we
Would
strike
you rather
another
that or fucking fall to the earth?
fall to the earth.
No way.
I don't wanna. I want to know when I'm about to die, even if it's really scary.
I don't know. I guess part of it, though, is like you maybe could survive if it's like a Sully situation.
Yeah, well, let's say it's imminent that I die in
Oh.
both ones. I want a little bit of time. And even if I don't have time to like log on to Boingo
What would
Wi-Fi.
be your last
and,
thought?
like,
What would you do? Like, let's say you have, I don't know. How long does it take a plane to crash? 30 seconds?
Anywhere between that and fucking 20 minutes
Oh,
sometimes.
20 minutes is way too long.
I'd probably meditate a little bit.
Okay, anyways, but yeah, we actually had in a car, we almost ran out of, whatever.
That was the most thrilling part of the
We
whole
ran out of
journey.
gas. Well, I was drove a lot yesterday, by the way. Like
6 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours.
Good job, by the way.
So we're coming back, and there's very few sporadic towns with gas stations here in Mexico. And
Few sporadic.
I drove past a small town, seeing the gas, knowing I kind of knew
It was
that was the
pushing it.
last chance to get
Last
gas
chance
for
gas.
a while.
Yep.
And then we're driving through
But
the
you
desert.
said nothing. You said nothing.
Nunca.
And
Actually,
then
that
we
means
kept
never.
going, and Andrew alerts us that he then goes, "Hey, Steven, could you Google when the next gas station is?" And then he looks it up and he's like, "It'll be about 50 kilometers." And he's like, "So like, what's
Give or take.
So then he had a countdown for like when it ran out. It was actually in kilometers, and It was 50 kilometers, and we just were getting to a gas station just enough time. And then all of a sudden, the countdown of kilometers till it ran out just went blank, and we didn't know what the fuck was going on. We didn't know if it was gonna. So then
we're in the desert, dude. Like dead. We're gonna become a cactus.
We're not. We're not that far from stuff, but it would have just been a huge hassle.
We could have got an Uber, actually.
It would have been a hassle.
A hassle, yeah.
And I would have called an Uber before we even went to a stop.
We all know that story.
Yeah, I will abandon you on the side of the road.
Real quick.
So then but it was just so thrilling to almost run out of gas. I was falling asleep right before this all happened, and I was just like, how am I even gonna stay awake for this conversation in the car? I don't want to sleep while Andrew's driving. I want to support him because I'm sure he wants to sleep too. And then all of a sudden we started running out of gas, and I fucking loved it. It was so fun.
You responded in a way where I was like, I kind of want to run. I don't you were so cool about it that I was shocked.
Yeah, because I've never run out of gas before.
So
I've never
happier.
been in a car that's run out of gas. I was like, this will be a first. Have you ever run out of gas before, Noah?
That's actually one of my biggest fears with driving. So I always make sure I have enough gas.
What's your fear about it? What's gonna happen?
That I just get stuck and I won't have any cell phone service, and then I'd just be on the side of the road.
Yeah,
get murdered.
Yeah, murder. It always ends in murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just nervous about it taking a lot of time and us just floundering with what to do. But no, I was kind of. You just feel stupid when you run out of gas because it's just a very preventable thing, and it's not like your fucking carburetor overheating or whatever those things do. This is just you saw it coming and you thought you could. Yeah.
Kept going.
But we made it, and it was funny. Right as we were pulling up to the gas station, which is a great move. Anyone who's in a car running out of gas with someone, right as you see the gas station, start acting like your car's running out of gas, and everyone goes, "No way!" And we all start. So Andrew starts stopping, "Oh God!"
Fuck, dude! It fucking is. Oh shit!
And it was just far enough that it would have been. We could see the gas station, but it would have been so annoying to have to walk over there. And he was just tricking us. It was pretty good. Okay, let's get to the news.
By the way, gas here $1.
$1
a gallon. $1.
It's fucking 1984 prices.
I don't know what's going on with
because it's the book 1984
embargoes or something.
The U.S.
Goddamn embargo. Sorry, Noah. What
First
are the
news
stories?
Oh yeah, news, Noah. Look at him relaxing. Yeah.
No, I'm getting a cramp.
From what? All that swimming yesterday?
My goatee's weighing me. I'm not used to this kind of weight.
Andrew has a goatee, everyone.
Yeah, we need to discuss the goatee.
That's the first
I think that's
news story.
the first headline.
Okay. Well, I was trying to line up my beard, and now I look like I went into the Capitol.
It's an interesting look. It's not a bad look. Why is that why are goatees worse than anything else?
Well, it becomes with age, I think. I think as a man, around 50, you could start wearing a goatee, or 18. But
I think it's the greatest of all timey.
The goatee?
No, goat. I just like how it's called a goatee, and just here, goatee. Someone's calling you a goatee. Oh, it's a little goatee, and someone goes, a goatee.
It's kind of fun
because you look like a goat, right? It's a billy goat, right? That's
Especially
what it's got to be
with the
named
gray
after.
in it. But I kind of like it. It's fun. I usually grow my beard longer, then shave the goatee, and it's too pronounced. This is a decent length. I might keep it. I might.
All right.
It's very polarizing. I put a poll up, and it's 48-52 yes to no. So
okay,
people are fucking.
It's splitting our nation.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's like Russia, Ukraine, or
all right.
something. Embargo.
Noah, what's the first news story?
Okay. 70% of therapists had felt sexually attracted to a client at some point. 25% fantasized about having a romantic relationship.
Whoa.
Nevertheless,
I like that. Oh, sorry.
Very few therapists actually started a sexual relationship, and typically with only one client.
Okay, so still, if they did it with one, they still did it. You know what I'm saying?
Also, I love these 45% that have no imagination. You know what I mean? 70% want to fuck them, but only 25% fantasize. It's what are you know?
Wait a second. Yeah, they don't want a relationship. They just want to fuck them.
Fuck. Yeah, they just want to fuck.
But 70%? I remember one time my friend Lizzie Cooperman told me that she was talking about, she had a male therapist, and she was talking to him about
I remember
sex, and she heard him go, Like she heard him swallow and like breathe deeply. It was so funny. This actually is funny because it brings me to a stand-up clip that I saw on Reddit. It's about a guy. It's this. I follow stand-up comedy on Reddit, and there's always like these new comics posting clips. And I told you about this guy the other day. I was like, this was such a funny joke. I really liked it. His name is, what is his fucking name? Spencer Sileo, Sileo. He probably will, I hope someone, if you know him, tell him I'm talking about his clip. But this just made me laugh, and it was about exactly what we're talking about. And I literally told you this the other day. I like to watch what the up-and-comers are talking about, you know?
Yeah, you got to stay on the beat.
Stay on the beat. Stay in the street.
Greenwich, I
Beat
performed
kids.
there multiple times.
Beat kids. Beat kids. Kids on the street. Kids on the beat. Beat kids. There's a
Greenwich Village is the club
Chosen?
down the street from the cellar where people don't get into the cellar, and then they're like, this is the same thing.
Yeah, so this guy is performing at the Greenwich Village Comedy Club, which Andrew didn't describe. He just said, oh, Greenwich. Because he forgot that you couldn't see what he sees.
Hey, man. Can we all?
Listen, Stevie Wonder. How do you think he plays the piano? Okay.
Okay.
I actually started going to therapy for the first time recently. I signed up for a free program because I didn't have health insurance. Another cool thing about me. So I jump into the Zoom right with a stranger because I didn't get to pick my therapist. So I get into the Zoom with a total stranger, and she's like this shockingly beautiful woman. And I was like, oh, I'm going to lie to her.
Lie to her.
Going to be a lot of lies in this first session, I'll tell you that. She can find out the real me on session 3, but not immediately. Not at first, you know? I am now like one small compliment away from falling in love with her at any moment. Like a couple of weeks ago, she called me one of her most thoughtful clients, and I was like, are we doing this right now?
Are we doing this right now?
I'm in the Zoom right now? Okay.
I just
Yeah,
liked
he's
that.
funny. I like his delivery, too.
I do too. I love the idea of like, it's just there is sometimes that sexual tension between someone that is not supposed to be like is like maybe someone that you're not supposed to have that with, and just his thing of like, she's like, you know, actually you're one of my most thoughtful clients. He's like, damn, I'm like, are we doing this right now?
Yeah.
This Zoom is so funny to me.
Well, it's so funny, too, because, like, you can put these things, and that the other person on the other side could completely be business. You know, like,
yes.
Like, oh, is this cop arresting me? Want to fuck?
Although,
like, no, they're arresting. Like,
most
no.
of the time, I felt attraction to someone that's like a physical attraction, like a sexual attraction. I trust that it's mutual because I'm not insane. Like, I can't really feel that unless I'm getting it back. Like, I can look at a picture of a guy or see a guy and be like, oh, he's hot, and be like, oh, I'd like to. But there's a certain feeling you have sometimes, and I think it's the sign of it being mutual. Like, there's...
Maybe as a guy, if there's a little bit of flirting, a lot of times guys are like, well, women don't want to flirt with everyone, so this is just me, and you think like, oh, that's an opening.
Yeah.
Because women aren't usually nice to me, or like whatever, so you think any little thing is flirting.
And guys are going into therapy. They've never shared their feelings before. They're getting emotional. They're getting vulnerable. And so many times I think that men can misinterpret emotional vulnerability with romance, and especially men who have never done this before with friends, have never even said their thoughts, and this woman is empathetically listening and being understanding and nurturing. I mean, I'm sure it's so erotic to them.
I love this kid being like, in his first session, being like, so hard to deal with this $20 million trust fund and a 15-inch cock. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do.
You should write him and tell him to do that as a bit. So the first session I was just talking about.
Yeah, it's just fucking tough, dude. This girl was coming so much. So then, like...
But, like...
You know how that is. She was a hot therapist, too. I met on Zoom.
Yeah.
You know how that is.
I don't know that women want to hear that you only fuck hot therapists on Zoom.
Oh,
it would be like
good?
more like,
No, I know.
I'm just like a guy that's only into like, I'm looking for the one, It's just like, it sucks like having this big dick and no one to share with it, share it with.
A big dick on a mega yacht is just tough. It's like, is my dick that big or is the yacht not that big? Like, I just don't know,
I do think one of the hottest scenes ever was in The Departed when Leonardo DiCaprio goes to hang out with his ex-therapist
Oh,
who
yeah.
they
This is
always
your
had
favorite
sexual
sex
tension.
scene,
It's
isn't it?
it's my favorite sex
Yeah.
scene of all time. And he goes, it's okay, you're not a client anymore. And then
Oh.
it's like, it's fucking on. And he's so closed up and like is just living a lie. And he's like this guy who's like, obviously working for the mob and like trying to, or not. No, he's working against the mob, right? Isn't Leo the good one in that?
He is the good one. Yeah. I
But
do
he's
feel like he
yeah.
probably came. That scene, he came in 25 seconds. He's so pent up.
Oh my God.
Don't
it
you
was
think?
so
He
hot.
probably came really quick. And then probably had sex again, being like, whoa, that was hot.
He went again
Yeah.
right away. God, I want to know everything about that scene and if they did anything after it too.
And if he put
Those
headphones
actors.
on and only did
Oh
doggy
yeah, I
style.
heard that he was a guy that listens to headphones when you have sex with him. That's
Yeah,
kind of funny.
He actually puts the Discman on her back.
They got the skip protection. All
Sports
right.
mode.
Okay, next story.
Okay, so this was trending on Twitter today. Shortest celebrity relationships you probably forgot as Kanye West and Julia Fox split.
Oh yeah, I saw some of these. I think.
Okay. Zac Efron and Michelle Rodriguez. I didn't even know that they dated.
That makes sense.
How long was that?
It
Did
was
they
a
say
cou-
how long?
It was, I think, well, the following year, Michelle admitted she couldn't see herself with a single person more than 6 months. So I guess it was 6 months or less.
Okay.
Okay. Black Widow over here.
I feel like 6 months is a decent amount of time, though.
For celebrities?
Sure.
Yeah.
For anyone.
That's true.
How about Taylor Swift and Tom Hiddleston?
Oh yeah, that was super quick. I mean, he was a getaway car, as written about in The Getaway Car. She
Yep.
wanted to leave Calvin Harris, and she needed a reason. He gave her a reason.
And how long did she date him?
That was a couple months, right?
June to September.
Yeah, that old June to September romance. But she met his mom. There were paparazzi shots of her
She met
with
her
his
mom
his
within 3
mom,
months?
like laughing, holding hands, and like he was wearing a shirt that said "I love TS" when they went on a vacation with all her friends, July 4th in Rhode Island. It was this whole thing, and I read this whole article this interview he did for maybe GQ, I think. You can look it up after they broke up and like kind of in the wake of all of that, and he was really devastated and still very much in love. And a lot of people said it was just for show. It was just like a publicity thing. But the way that guy talked about her and like cried, kind of talking about it and like not wanting to talk about it, he was like a guy that was really brokenhearted, and it made me sad and also fucking horny for that guy. He's so emotional, and he loved Taylor Swift as much as I do. And I will say that I once held sustained eye contact with Hiddleston
Oh, where?
in like 2013.
That's
I think
a
at the
longer
MTV
relationship
Movie
than
Awards.
Taylor. You saw
was
it
hot.
all. You did it all.
It was
Wait, so what was
Yeah,
that when your
details.
vagina ripped in half?
It was at an after party for something. It might not have been the MTV Movie Awards, but it was an after party for something, and we caught each other's eye across the room, like where it was just like, oh my God. Like, and I tried to kind of, I think I like tilted my head to be like, are you looking at me? And he just kind of tilted it. There was some confirmation that he was looking at me, and it was so erotic. And I thought, oh, for sure he's going to come up and talk to me. And he never did, but it happened. So gonna think about that tonight because I hadn't remembered that for a while.
Spank bank.
But the guy my lover, Chris, one time he talked about this on the radio recently, so I feel okay saying it. He used to produce these big award shows, and one year they were doing the MTV movie or some kind of awards in iHeart, some kind of awards in Las Vegas, and Rihanna was warming up in one of the hotel rooms. All these different artists were in different hotel rooms, and each producer was meant to go check on them before the rehearsal, and she was warming up, and she held sustained eye contact with him while she was warming up singing a song for so long that other people in the room were like, went up to him afterwards to be like, what was that? Like, other people witnessed it, and it was real. And he literally thought like, oh my God, rap party, this is on. And that's been
But he didn't talk to her?
No, he's not the type of person to do that. He's probably well, I guess he does. I don't think with Rihanna you have the balls to ever go up and
Who
talk
does?
to her. No,
I saw her one time at Bowery Hotel, and she's.
Stunning.
I mean, it's just like not even a human being. Like,
Yeah.
she came in. Also, the hat she was wearing was about 17 inches high. Like,
Was
you
it
can't
one of those
talk to
Pharrell
someone.
hats? Yes.
Like,
At
what
least
am
you
I
have
gonna
something
do?
to talk to them about. I like your hat. You should peacocking.
She'll be like, yeah. Who doesn't?
Wait,
You're
who
the-
else? Noah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know. It's all good. Okay. Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande.
I mean, that was huge.
I felt like that was like 6.
It was a while.
6
Yeah,
months,
it was enough time that it was, man, they were all over each other. I loved that relationship so much. It was hot and heavy.
Yeah, they were real chill about it.
They were so into each other. And I remember shooting Roast Battle. I was a judge on that, and he was a guest celebrity judge on one episode, and she was in his trailer, and they were texting the entire time he was sitting next to me. He was texting her like nonstop. They're very like much in love, back and forth. And one time I was at the cellar, and he brought her by just as I was leaving, and my mom forgot her jacket or something, so I had to go back and get. My mom was with us that night, and when I went back in, Ariana and Pete were there at the table,
Oh, that
and I
little
was looking
table.
for my mom's sweater, and Ariana got up to like look for it for me and was like, I don't know where it could be. Wait a second, where is it? And she was like, here it is. And then Pete was like, this is Nikki, Ariana. This is like, he was very sweet and introduced me. It was really a nice
She's
little
a
memory.
tiny person,
And I
huh?
also met Ariana when I did a sketch with her for Nikki and Sarah Live. She was hilarious. We did the sketch where we were trying to fire people on our show, and we just didn't want to do it. So Sarah and I asked Ariana Grande if she could fire them with her beautiful voice. So she'd be like, you've been cooking fish in the microwave a little too much, and no one appreciates it. You're fired. And it was like, and then Sarah and I would be like, yeah, you got to go. And they'd be like, but that was beautiful. It was really funny.
She's
You could go.
insanely talented.
Yeah. She was great. She only wanted to be shot from one side of her face, though.
Off skirt.
Yeah, only one side of her. Oh my God. But I don't blame her for that. The girl knows her angles.
I mean, who tells someone that they're one side of, like, how do you know that?
She knows it.
I guess
you know, I don't know my good side. Whenever
do you see
I
a
have
better
fans.
side? If honestly.
Okay, wait. Look that way though. Like look this way. Okay, that way, and then do the other way. No, you're pretty symmetrical.
Let me see what you got.
I know based
wait,
on.
don't tell me. Don't tell me. Okay. Well, yeah, you like that. No, not this way. You like the other way.
No, I like the other way.
Oh, then there we go. No, let's see.
Oh, mine definitely
Noah's
looks different.
definitely, she likes the side that her hair is parted more.
Yep.
There's more hair on it.
I like
Oh.
this. No, I like this side.
Oh, you do?
Well, let's see the other
this side.
Oh.
Oh,
It's
you're trying to
definitely
cover
different.
that side more. Okay, I
Yeah.
get it.
Mariah
interesting.
Carey is known for only liking one side of her face. Like, she'll never.
Ever be seen on, yeah. Well, there are a lot of women that I meet at meet and greets, and they go, wait, no, I have to stand on this side. I'm like, do you, girl? I have no problem with someone knowing what they like about themselves and just knowing it and just,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, let's take a break and come back with Why Do I Care?
Why do I care?
Noah, why do I care?
All right, let's see if you care about this one, Nikki. Britney Spears
Oh.
is set to release a tell-all
Yes.
memoir as she
16
signs
million?
$15 million book deal.
Red chicken, yellow chicken, blue chicken. Maybe it's a children's book. That doesn't seem like that much money, to be honest with you. I would have thought 50 million.
Whoa, really?
I mean, Britney Spears.
Yeah, seriously.
I would have thought 15 million does not seem enough to me for her. I mean, good thing she got it. But when we're talking about Netflix specials going for 100 million, Spotify deal for Joe Rogan, 200 million. It wasn't 100 million, 200 million. 15 million is, and then when you go give that to your agents, I bet now she's like, money seems more to her now because she never had access to it before.
It would be so funny if she got like that Crichton guy. Maybe he's dead. I don't know.
Michael Crichton or like John Grisham.
And it's like the most, like the best book anyone's ever read in their life. Like
It'll definitely be so good. I mean, I will definitely read it. I can't wait.
I mean, it's.
I hope the world lasts long enough that we get it. These things take so much time. We'll probably get it in 2025 or 2024.
So I guess the faster she busted out, the less she probably actually wrote it, right? Would
I
that be the
definitely don't
idea?
think she'll be right. She shouldn't have to. And honestly, I don't want to read a book I want someone to like pull stuff out of her and put it in a way that's more readable than someone who was pulled out of school very early. I don't mean to say anything. Look, I've read her captions. I know this girl is not the easiest. It's not that I don't like her writing and what she says. It's not. There's a certain people think that being a quote unquote grammar Nazi is like you're just being pretentious. It's just the way I yell at you about like make your photos less blurry with more light. It's because it's just easier to look at and it's nicer to look at. Like grammar makes things easy to read in the way that they should be interpreted. There's a reason we have grammar. It's not to make people feel dumb. It's so I hope that someone is helping her with that because I just want to be able to read it.
I'm
more
the
coherently.
opposite. I would love for her to just write the whole thing herself
In emojis?
and not one
And exclamation marks.
and not one
and run on
second draft.
sentences.
One draft.
I mean, that would, if we're going that route, you're right. It would be nice.
And then it'd be fun. I would like you to go through it and redline it, and that would be really fun to read too.
or read it. And this, like, I mean, I wonder if she'll do her own book on tape. I'm guessing she will.
But I wonder also if she wasn't allowed to do it until now. You know?
Oh, absolutely. She wasn't able to say fucking anything. She was on such a lockdown. That's why she was having to give like secret
Codes.
Yeah, codes and what she was wearing, and she would put like a little like her straw hat would like spell "help me" and shit like that.
Jesus.
I don't think it really did. I think people were reading into it a little bit too much, but.
Yeah, it's interesting when you
she's
think
free
someone's
and everything's
like
fine now.
having like so many layers, and it's really like no, they're like there's no layers.
I was just talking about that with Ellie Schnitt. I just did a called Taylor Talk. I did this podcast just now, and we were talking
Fashion
about
eggs or something.
all of Taylor Swift's like she wrote the song, and then years later there's this other song that has allusions to it. It's like she was like preparing for us to see that later on. It's like all these things that were so thought through, and then I named my special something. And then I went back and watched my special after I named it that. And I saw that like I had this name that I came up with that has nothing to do with the material, really. It's just based on like what.
Analyze?
Yeah, analyze, of course. And I was going back through and I was like, oh, wow. I said all of these words at some point, not intentionally. It looks like that looks like the title is like more thought through than it was. And I look more brilliant than I am.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of times as an artist or whatever, I can say that I am, or anyone can say that they are, you just use words a lot. And so maybe Taylor Swift wasn't putting an Easter egg of using the same kind of phrasing in this one song that she then called back to 15 years later. Maybe she just uses that phrase a lot, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people look for conspiracies within things that are just, that's what it is. It was like me earlier. What did I think had a conspiracy about? Oh, the Kim Kardashian thing, where I think she passed the baby bar, which allows you to go to law school. Mm-hmm. I feel like she might have gotten it took her 3 times, which makes it even more believable as a story. Like she kept coming back. Mm-hmm. Part of me thinks she got it because law schools,
want more people to
go to law school.
Anything she does, everyone's going to want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the craziest conspiracy.
You didn't know the Wordle the other day for the word tacit.
But I got it right.
But you've never heard that word before?
When I spelled it. I don't know how I knew it.
I get like putting, like it sounds like it would be a word. And you saw it was maybe your only option at that point.
And tacit means?
Tacit means like it's implicit, but it's not specifically said. Like tacit agreement. We had a tacit agreement. It was never said, but like he knew what I was talking about.
Ah.
Like not.
Is that lawyer jargon though?
I'm sure it could be, but I know it's not specifically lawyer jargon. Lars jargon.
Lars jargon.
Let's get to Reddit dump. It's Tuesday. This is your Reddit dump. All right, let's do Reddit dump today. Let me get to some of my saved Reddit things. What are things Hollywood has tricked the general population into believing? This is Ask Reddit. This is interesting to read some of these. Someone said paramedics are constantly running and pushing the stretcher into the ER at breakneck speed. And doctors and nurses are always running alongside down the hallways. That's something I do think that happens. And if I went to the ER and was hauled in, if people weren't like, what are her CTs?
Yeah.
Can I get an SRS or what? I don't know. I would be like, do they not care about me?
Isn't what happens though?
No.
What does happen then? They just get walked.
Another thing people say, we're losing him. No one says that. Once the patient is stable in their room, though, everyone is in the hospital appears to turn out the lights and clock out for the night. That's another one that people say. Yeah, lights out because the entire staff is having sex in the on-call room. Seriously, though, lots of patients think night nurses get to sleep. It's hilarious. Yeah, another thing people believe is that LA is clean and Hollywood is glamorous. LA is not clean. In Hollywood, the neighborhood has some of the worst homelessness, and after leaving a show on Sunday, I nearly walked through piss streaming downhill right off Hollywood Boulevard. That's obviously a comedian leaving Supernova, which is a great show to go to, but you will see it's on Hollywood's like Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
But you might slip and shit as you're walking from your Uber to it. You're not going to get hurt unless you slip and fall real hard.
But that shit, that guy might have been on ER.
Someone said another thing that Hollywood has convinced us of is you can outrun a giant explosion. that CPR brings back anybody back to life no matter what happened to them. I've actually listened to a podcast that said CPR is more often than not like a dangerous thing to do to someone, and CPR rarely works. Like, rarely.
That guy that fell in Florida, remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
They tried to give him CPR, and I don't know if you give CPR to a head injury. I don't.
Yeah, that's
right.
not the right
I
thing.
would try it, but I know that it doesn't work. I listened to this podcast. I forget the stats on it, but it was alarming how often it doesn't work and how people think it works.
A lot of guys just want to make out.
Yeah, that's probably it. Knocking people out with a blow to the skull or jaw is a harmless way to temporarily incapacitate. Someone said, any blow to the head that renders you unconscious is quite serious. If you're unconscious for more than about a minute, the chances of you ever waking up start to go down drastically the longer it takes.
Whoa.
That makes sense.
What about cutting turns really fast?
Yes. Or being able to drive. When you drive, the wheel is constantly going like this, is moving back and forth.
Side to side,
When
yeah.
people fake drive, it's just keep it steady. You don't need to do that back
yeah.
and forth. It's so weird.
Also, getting shot and dying, like in movies, they die right away, but really in real life, it's like, like they're still breathing for a while and like actually still standing up.
Ah, that is good. The helicopters can sneak up out of nowhere. The fire alarm pull station setting off the sprinkler system. That missiles, RPG rounds are slow and easily dodgeable by a human. RPG rounds fly at 300 miles per hour or per second. You are not dodging that. Yeah, these were just funny to read.
What movie does someone dodge like in their car or like as a person? I'm trying to think what.
I feel like when people are like, like they're not dodging it, but they're just like.
I do hate when the main character gets shot at like 700 times and just never gets hit, and then he gets like he just turns around and like
I
Born
have to
Identity
say, though,
or something.
I was reading all about Columbine the other night. I went down a real weird Columbine wormhole.
This is why you were depressed today.
Yeah, this was the other night. And some guy got shot like 8 times and survived. And there are other people that just got shot once in the wrong place. And this guy got shot in the head, all these different places. And there are people like in wheelchairs and like all fucked up that were at Columbine that are like walking among us. And like you forget that there were so many people that like survived it. And did you know, sorry to go Columbine on you, but did you know that Columbine was the result of a failed bombing?
Wait, I thought we were doing a deep dive into Columbine.
No. We were doing Elizabeth Smart, I think, at some point.
Okay.
But Columbine, they put out all of these bombs and they were going to bomb the cafeteria when it was at the most crowded time at 11 o'clock. The bombs didn't detonate. What they were going to do was pick off people as they tried to escape with their guns.
Oh.
And when the bombs didn't explode, they just panicked and went in. And really, the whole time, they talk about how a lot of the people that witnessed these guys running around were really anxious and agitated and like pissed off that the bombs didn't go off and feeling like failures. It's very interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you think you know everything about these things, and then you go in a YouTube wormhole and
What was for lunch that day, I wonder?
All right, so let's go to the next one. Let's go to the first video I sent you, Noah. I don't know where it is because it's deep in my feed.
I got it.
Sloppy Joe.
Thank you.
Sloppy Joe.
Oh, this is one of those really fun Laurel and Yannies.
Ooh.
You know, where
I
so
love
it says
those.
this is in Black Magic Fuckery, the subreddit Black Magic Fuckery, and it says, is Grover from Sesame Street using profanity or not?
Okay. Ready?
It's the same clip. There's one clip. There's nothing else. I'm going to play it. I'm going to put the text there Whichever one you read is the one you're going to hear, most likely. So, here we go.
Okay, stop it. So you're either going to hear, yes, yes, that's a fucking excellent idea, or yes, yes, that sounds like an excellent idea.
All right, let's do it again.
See what you hear.
Move the camera! Yes! Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea! Move the camera! Yes! Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea! Move the camera! Yes! Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea!
I mean,
works.
I definitely hear fucking.
But then look at the bottom one next time it plays.
Okay.
Because he has it written out, and if you're looking at sounds like an excellent idea, you hear it. Depends on which one you're looking at.
Okay.
So look at the bottom one.
I had my eyes closed. I heard fucking
No,
idea.
just look at excellent idea though.
Okay.
The bottom one. Okay.
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 Gotcha.
Move the camera! Yes! Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea! Move the camera! Yes! Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea! Move the camera!
Do you hear it now?
Yes! Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea!
Whoa.
Even when I'm reading an excellent idea, the bottom one, I still hear fuck.
I hear whatever one I'm reading.
Oh.
It's
Same.
amazing. Okay. Yeah.
Not me. I still hear fuck. But
Weird.
that's-
That makes me question like everything that I believe when I see.
It's nuts because you got to watch it because when you go back and forth, it is whatever you're reading.
I wonder why it didn't work for me. Now I feel like I'm stupid, but
No, it's like your brain. I think it's that other thing
Maybe
of
you're
like when we were
smart.
talking about memory and how your brain
That's true.
fills in. Like if you see a picture of yourself that's photoshopped into a hot air balloon, you just paint a memory of it happening. Like your brain tries to make sense of things. So if you're reading something that says that's a fucking excellent idea, your brain is just naturally going to hear that more so than what it is. Let's go to the next video, Noah.
oh my god, I'm cramping.
You're cramping?
Yeah. Did you ever run in like in
No.
phys ed and get a cramp?
I know.
When
I'm
you
not
have-
someone who cramps up that much.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this one is about the French language, right, Noah?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is another one that's it's from Damn That's Interesting, and it says the French language has many words that sound similar. And this was fun to me.
So much. Temps. You. Temps. Time. Temps. Attempted. Temps. Stretch. Temps. Horsefly. Temps. Ant. Temps. As much. Autant. Wait, your tempting ant is spending your time so much you have so many horseflies in your tent. Attends, t'attends, t'en as autant de temps dans ta tent.
Sounds like the thong song, doesn't it?
Oh my god, yes.
Dude, that is fuck. I was hoping they were gonna do that
At the end?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was really hoping they were gonna do a full set. That
it
is
reminds
hilarious.
me of Buffalo. Buffalo, 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 Buffalo.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
that
I
makes a
remember.
sentence.
When we saw what's his name on the wall, and we thought he
Yes.
was from there. Tolkien or something.
I
don't
love that.
remember.
It's
Ton,
just-
ton, 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 ton.
There's a
She
ton.
had ton, 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 ton.
Yeah, that one was good. This is one I found on interesting as fuck, and it's the iconic ringtone from Nokia. Nokia's line of cell phones is actually based on a Spanish guitar piece by Francisco Tarrega called Gran Val, written in 1902. And it's like this old man playing a fucking, and it's just so funny to hear
He's got a
ringtone in
goatee.
this. Yeah, he does. Isn't that funny? I love shit like that.
No, I do too. I just can't remember the Nokia.
Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun.
Fuck.
Right?
No, I've had a lot of Nokia phones. I just can't. I can't place the sound. I'm mad.
You just heard it.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
How do you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I'm saying
It
I know I'm
says-
hearing it right now.
Right.
I'm saying I can't place it from
A phone?
15, 20 years ago.
You can't know what that phone sounded like.
Yes.
They played that's in all the movies whenever like someone's trying to hide from someone and then the phone goes off and like
Yes.
gives away their location. It's always that ringtone.
Oh, I thought it was that guy playing.
Yeah. I just loved that. I like when things that you're like, oh, that's where it came from. Like, how could that come from that?
Did you ever have a hey, what's up? It's fucking
Oh no, those little like
yeah.
beeps.
My
What were
stepbrother
those?
loved those.
Those were so cool. Okay, there is what did
a
I want?
house in New Orleans.
Don't do that.
But you did say it.
There
exactly.
is. Let me see. What is one fear you have that most people would be considered stupid by most people? This is an Ask Reddit. Okay. Someone said toilet snakes. Thanks, Stephen King.
Oh yeah.
Mine is 2-lane highways and centipedes and fat men on diving boards, as we all know. Someone said swimming in a lake or in the ocean without being able to see the ground. Hell yes! I was bit/cut by something once, and since then it's a fear I just can't control. I will still go and do it though, because I hate it when people tell me what to do, even when that's myself. It sucks being scared of something and knowing that you have to like lie about why you're scared. We talked about this the other day.
I mean, I was afraid of knives forever after getting stabbed.
Just not like any knife anywhere.
Any knife.
But you got stabbed, so rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't
Like butter knives and stuff though, or like even like would you use a knife when you would cut things?
Yeah, I could, but if anyone had one around me, I really did. I guess had.
I bet
knife
you had
PTSD.
definitely PTSD.
Yeah.
Someone said I'm scared that when I'm driving anywhere late at night and the roads are clear, I'll be struck by one of those land speed record vehicles.
Oh god.
That's such an interesting specific fear, but now I'm kind of scared because it would be out of nowhere.
It's such a funny thing though. Like it's like set up
my
to
God,
break.
this is
But
so
think
weird.
about this: they're trying to break the sound barrier.
Yeah, someone has to
and
be
you're just
doing a
driving
Guinness
your
Book of World
Civic
Records.
around the
Yes.
desert.
Well, someone says they closed it out, which is so weird because we were just talking about this. I'd be afraid it would come out of nowhere and I wouldn't see it coming. That is my
Yeah.
biggest fear. I just
Wow.
don't want things to come out of nowhere.
I really did. You know this, or did it
No.
come around? You know what I mean? That
Yes.
also came.
Someone said cotton balls. We're not alone. Final thought. Someone said, I can't sleep with my desk chair facing my bed. I have to get up, turn on a light, face it away from me, and then I can't go back to bed. I get irrationally afraid that I'm going to turn over or blink and look at it, and someone is going to be sitting in it watching me
Whoa.
sleep.
I can
No
see
idea
that.
where this fear came from.
Well, I think a chair on its own can look like it. Someone like
Oh, yeah.
I saw a lamp the other day that looked like a like.
Yeah.
know,
That
it has arms and
fear
shit.
that runs through you even for a split
Oh.
second, in the same amount of time it takes for your toe to get stubbed and for you to feel the pain, that amount of time that you think you're going to die. And then you realize what it is, that the body remembers pain. That little moment has a little notch in your brain that affects you.
I saw that ghost that one time. I threw a pillow at it.
Oh,
and I
right.
go, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Like you'd make
Oh,
that voice.
dude, I'm not even going to say it, but I follow ghosts on
Oh,
subreddits.
boy.
And if you go to their, like, you can sort the posts by, like, most popular or most controversial or top posts. One time I went to, like, the best posts on ghosts because they're always posting, like, this.
Post on ghost.
They're posting, like, there's this, you know, my Ring camera caught these orbs, and it's all
Yeah.
dumb, but there were some on those top posts that's like, and people, I remember looking at one going, what's the big deal in here? And I went to the comments and they were like, oh my God, when you see it. And I used to follow a subreddit called When You See It, and it would be scary things that you can't see until some part of you are suddenly see this guy looking at you in a window or something.
Just
I can't
two
fucking
eyes.
take that.
No.
So I want to, I want to someday when we're all hanging out, give you those ghost things to see because I'm too scared to look at them.
The one thing that's nice about living in an apartment, like, there's never going to be someone just two eyes outside your window. And if there is on the 10th floor.
They're floating.
Yeah, that's pretty
Well,
fun.
that's what the thing about ghosts is they defy physics.
But a ghost is never, again, we've talked about this.
They aren't
Ghosts,
hurting you.
They fucking might throw a plate.
I know, but that's still scary to some people.
Oh, no, I'd be scared shitless.
And some people have said that they've been like hurt by ghosts.
Really?
No, what's an irrational fear that you have often? Birds.
Yeah, I guess birds, but like even more irrational than that is just that like while I'm driving, my car's just gonna blow up.
That's so weird because I was about to share one thing on Reddit that said one of the Hollywood things that people have convinced them of is that cars are like combustible just from like all they need to do is be like hit by another car and they'll explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
guess
That's
it's
how
Hollywood.
often do you think of that?
Just like sometimes if I just kind of like get lost in thoughts while I'm driving.
Right. And that what about the hood coming up? Why does no one get scared of that? Because you would be blinded.
Oh
It would
my
suck
God.
so much.
That's so true.
We should all be scared of that more often.
Well, it's wild that like you could look at your car and there could be 19 engines on, or I'm sorry, 19 engine lights on,
right.
and you'll just keep rolling
Yeah,
down
yeah.
the highway.
Oh, yeah.
But if that was on a plane, you know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah.
anywhere else, you just like
That's why-
you
that's-
could have like tire pressure, fucking everything.
Oh,
and you're just
yeah.
like, oh no, it's fine.
Well, that's
dude.
why someone the
Fucking-
other day in a ELI 5 explained like I'm 5 said, why are planes so old? Why are we on planes that were around in the 70s that have like, ashtrays? And it's because they're so well maintained that if we treated cars like that and checked them every day before they went out and they were completely scanned and every part was replaced with a better part,
Yeah.
that they
Like
would
the shell
be
is
around.
solid.
Yeah. Those planes are fucking solid, but it's because we take such good care of them.
I'd
Someone
rather
said-
be on an old plane than a new, like oldish plane.
Someone said this one made me laugh of irrational fears in all caps. Dead fish, ugly motherfuckers, unblinking eyes, always staring.
What about bird ears?
Oh yeah, Andrew. Bird ears are so gross. They're just
No
little
one
holes.
knows.
I don't like it.
No one
do.
knows about these things.
Birds can certainly hear. That why are they chirping? Who are they chirping to?
I'm just saying, people don't know that. I would say, write in to us if you knew birds had ears. And then type in bird ears and
I want
get
to hear
ready
about
to.
people's irrational fears. No,
Yeah.
they're disgusting. Any kind of if my sister and I used to get disgusted. It's called trypophobia. Trypophobia.
And then when you eat too
Trypophobia.
much turkey.
That's tryptophan.
Yeah.
It's when they're holes in little like things too close together, like holes close together. Trypophobia. Trypphobia. My mom has it too. Like certain corals, there's little holes that are too close together and it makes you sick.
Like if you saw Swiss cheese and there were two holes.
No.
off-
Swiss cheese is okay because they're scattered. It's when they're all together.
That's
and
what I'm saying though. But if they were together,
It's kind of reminiscent of
gotta
like
be a
rotting
cluster?
tissue. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be a cluster of holes. Like, let me type it in. Let me
Yeah, I
get-
want to see an example of this.
Oh, if you go to it on, like, my mom literally will
How
vomit.
did this come up? Because your
it's-
mom was afraid, and then she showed
I've been grossed out by it. My sister and I used to get grossed out. My bird Kiwi when he would molt, these little tubes of fresh feathers would start poking out
here
of
you
his
go.
hair, and it would be so gross.
Let's see.
This is trypophobia.
Oh, okay, I get that.
Holes like that.
What do you
Close
got,
together.
Noah? Let's see what you got, because that didn't
Like this.
really. Okay, that's terrible.
Oh,
Okay, that's.
that one right there is the worst.
Are these real things though?
It's just reminiscent of rotting flesh, and so
No,
people,
but is this real photos or? Is
no,
this...
those are
Oh,
definitely.
Okay.
But there are
One
pictures.
looks kind of like a kumquat or whatever.
Yeah,
But
there's definitely kumquats on there, but there's like strawberries. Sometimes just zoomed in pictures of strawberries, or even pores with like little white
no,
heads.
whatever
in them. It's
that
so gross.
was horrendous.
It's horrible,
Yeah, I get that.
but that's a real fear that people have.
I mean, lizards. Obviously, everyone knows. Not a fan.
yeah, you're definitely scared of lizards. Centipedes, any kind of wiggly thing that doesn't, any kind of insect that doesn't have a plan, I don't like.
Don't fucking throw a tarantula on my shoulder and laugh about it. Fuck you.
I don't like that either because you often swat it away and then injure it. I don't want to talk about it, but the other day I participated in the death of a bee.
Yeah.
I honestly was really, really upset about my part to play in that because I never kill bees. Bees do not sting you if you don't swat at them. They just like, people always freak out about bees. It bothers me a lot. And I swatted this bee away because one of our cast members on Perfect Strangers 2 was
But
scared.
have you ever been stung by a bee?
Yes.
Okay.
It hurts, but also they're not going to sting you if you're not threatening them. A
I'm
bee
just
is not
saying.
going to land on you and sting you. That's just not going to happen unless you're like going, like
But they sting people all the time.
because people freak out.
Yeah.
If you just stay normal, they're just looking for pollen. They're not looking to sting you. That means they die if they sting you.
Okay, so you saw. Oh yeah, someone swatted a bee and then you stepped on
And
it.
to
to get it out of its misery.
I did
no?
not step on it.
Oh, I thought you did.
I, on Perfect Strangers 2, had a wand that I was using as a microphone, a long, like, kind of Price is Right microphone. And this girl was getting scared of one of the bees, so I swatted the bee away just to, like, hit it and to knock it away from us. And I hit it perfectly, but it went right into the ground in front of another cast member who then stomped it to death. And I was so sad. Because
you
it wasn't
set it
just like a
up. You
bee, it
set
was
it
like a
up, yeah.
bumble. It was like, it had some weight to it. It was like the weight of a fucking hummingbird. And then it was definitely killed, but it was like on its way out, but it was suffering. And so I stomped it to death to actually finish it off so that it wouldn't suffer. And then, And then I took it and buried it, and I said, I'm
'cause
sorry.
Unlike
to
the movies, bees don't die on one stomp. A lot of people think it's one stomp.
Yeah. Oh no.
No,
you
you gotta step on it
Oh
6
my
or 7
God.
times.
I hate when insects are still twitching. I always crush them, even though I don't like the feeling of it underneath my foot.
Sometimes I would kill an ant that obviously can't hurt me.
Yeah.
And instantly feel regret. And
I
be
do
like,
that all the time.
And then instantly think we're ants to the universe.
I know. They're like these little bugs that crawl around all over on that counter. All over. Like microscopic, but they're little bugs. And sometimes I clean the counter and I have to kill them just by smoothing over the counter. And I feel so bad because they're just trying to live. I said to the bee as I was burying it, I said, "Bee, you were just being a bee. You didn't." And that shark the other day was just being a fucking asshole, and we should go find it and kill it.
Seriously.
They're trying to kill it.
I know.
And I bet you anything Simon would not want that.
Simon said not to kill it.
All right. That was just a Simon Says joke?
Yeah.
All right.
Were you good at Simon Says?
No, I hate it.
Simon Says touch your nose. Simon Says touch your eye. Touch your eye. Oh, wait. You can't
Wait,
do this.
I'm out. I was already doing it.
Taunt. Touch your taunt.
Touch
Simon
your
said
horsefly.
touch your taunt.
Okay, guys, we got to go. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. We'll be back tomorrow. It'll be Wednesday. I cannot wait. You guys are great. Have all the swells. Don't be cuh and Jackson Pollock.